Today I'm answering all of your pronunciation questions. So I recently posted a picture on Instagram asking all of my followers to send me any burning questions they had about pronunciation or learning pronunciation, and I received 116 questions. Yes, so I chose just the best few, the ones I think you guys can benefit from the most, and hopefully they will help you with your pronunciation and your learning. So let's get straight to it. I don't want to waste any time. Firstly, I want to talk about sink, sank, sunk, about the pronunciation. I imagine it's probably the vowels in the middle of those words. So, I, and The first thing you should do is think about the position of the tongue. And I always want you to start at the top when you're comparing words and move down as you start comparing them. So in this case, I would be the highest vowel sound, so the I in sink. And what I want you to do is I want you to place your tongue where it should be, so up high in the mouth, just behind or below the top teeth. And you should have a slight smile in your mouth, not much, and the chin should drop a little bit. I. Okay, feel your tongue hovering behind your top teeth or just below. And this is the highest one of the three vowels, I. Now what I want you to do is move to the one which is the next level below, which would be in sunk. So the tongue should be lifted slightly in the middle lower section of the mouth. And some people push it back a little bit, some people keep it very central, this sound. And it should be an sunk. So now we have a high one, I, then Now we need to do a. This one's easy. Tongue is at the very bottom of the mouth, right near the bottom teeth. Okay, so behind the bottom teeth, pressing down, a. So we have I, a. And you should feel when you're pronouncing them, tongue up high, I, a, going down. That's how I like to compare vowel sounds. It helps you with realizing how much the tongue moves when we pronounce different sounds. So we have sink, sunk, sank. You just need to train your mouth to get the tongue in the correct position every time. And then you're laughing, it's easy. Of course, you need to learn where the position is for the tongue. And if you don't know, I usually recommend either finding some kind of free information online, or you can join the course and be taught by a teacher like me and learn exactly where to position the tongue for every sound. And then you'll have a better idea of practicing this technique. Next question was about any words which British people might pronounce wrong sometimes, like mistakes that we make in our pronunciation. And one which immediately came to my mind was this situation where lots of people pronounce genuinely as generally when they're talking. And this is a simple mistake which people make a lot. The words are different, of course. Genuinely and generally. One of them's shorter, also has one less syllable. Genuinely, generally. So what happens when we're talking fast? Sometimes these long syllable words become so relaxed that we trick ourselves into saying the wrong word, which is similar. I even hear celebrities doing this on the TV in interviews. It's a very, very common thing. It happens a lot. So just be careful of that and remember the difference between genuinely and generally. Another one is specific. Lots of people, when they're talking fast, they'll miss the S at the beginning. Natives do this, and they might pronounce it as pacifically instead of specifically. And lots of students taking my course, when they send me voice messages, they make this mistake quite a lot. So that S is so powerful and so important to making these words clear. Whenever you see an S, you need to pronounce it. And someone wanted me to just briefly talk a little bit about sarcasm, so I thought I'd explain it for you, how we can show it when we're speaking. When we use sarcasm, we're essentially saying that something is the opposite to what we mean with our tone. I use sarcasm a lot, and when I got home from the dentist yesterday, I hate the dentist. I got home from the dentist and my girlfriend said to me, "How was the dentist? Was it okay?" And I replied to her and I said, "Oh, it was amazing." Of course, I don't mean it. It was terrible, I hated it. But I said to her, "Oh, it was amazing." And what I'm doing there is that adjective, the description of amazing. You know, it's the important word there. So I really make that word important in my speech. I don't mean it, I'm not serious. So sometimes we like to just really push the word. However, some people say that it can be shown in intonation by the pitch change. There are lots of different ways of indicating sarcasm. And really, the only thing I can tell you is you need to learn things like natives learn them. So if you're learning sarcasm, if you're learning intonation, stress, the best way to learn it, as well as, you know, being taught, is also by listening to how people use it themselves. And that's how natives learn. When I was a baby, I didn't read a textbook and learn how to pronounce things in a British way. I was brought up around it. I listened to it everywhere I was going, and then I started doing it myself. And the same will happen with you if you're listening to lots of British people, British things on TV, YouTube, everywhere. Okay? It will happen, and you'll start realizing. Someone asked me how to find stress in words. There aren't really many rules about finding the stress in a word. Of course, you could go onto a dictionary and search the word that you're looking for, and just like here, the apostrophe will show that the next syllable is stressed. So we're going to make it higher and stronger, okay? But there aren't any rules as to why that stress is there. We have guidelines, so kind of ideas, but nothing that's set in stone, as we would say. Nothing that's like a real rule in particular for why we stress a particular syllable. Again, it's something you have to learn like a native, from experience, from talking to natives, listening to natives, and practicing. A really, really common problem, I'm really glad someone asked this question, is the difference between a and e. So for example, man and men. So you heard me earlier talking about the a sound. The tongue needs to be down low, right behind the bottom teeth, the bottom of the mouth. And the e is a very similar shape, but we lift the tongue up so the mouth will close a little bit more. Not close, but it will be a bit more closed than when we're doing a. So a, e, a, e. You see the difference there? The problem that a lot of my students have is they will pronounce a word like man as men, with this e sound rather than the a. And really this comes down to training yourself to push your tongue down for this sound. If any sound is not natural, you need to do lots of repetition to train your muscles to think it's normal. So just keep pushing it down, be aware of it, and the more you practice, the more naturally you'll start to do it. Which leads me on to my final question, which is about the best way to learn pronunciation. I could talk about this for hours, days, years probably. This is the advice I would give to you if you're unsure about how to do it, the best way to start, okay? What you need to do is you need to train your muscles. It's not about remembering things, it's about training your muscles. I'm going to give you a very quick example. Recently, we bought a beautiful cat who lives with us now, okay? And when we got her, we decided she's not allowed to go in the bathroom in my house. The reason why is because it's slightly dangerous. I don't want her to drown herself in the toilet. I don't want her to jump out the window or anything like that. So we don't let her go in the bathroom. But unfortunately, I'm very used to always leaving the door open of the bathroom. So I've had to start teaching myself to close the bathroom door every time I leave. Now, in the beginning, I was making lots of mistakes. I was always forgetting, I was always leaving it open, and then I had to chase the cat and pick her up. But then eventually, the more I started remembering, it started to become natural. And then one day, I sat down at my desk after being in the bathroom, and I was thinking to myself, oh, did I close the bathroom door? I can't remember. So I got up and I walked to the bathroom, and it was closed. I closed it. But I did it without thinking. This is muscle memory. This is me doing something so much that it becomes a natural thing that I do without having to think about it. And this is how pronunciation works. You need to learn the sound first, how to position it, whether it's with a tutorial, with a course, with a teacher. Learn how to pronounce it, where the tongue needs to be, how to shape the mouth. Then it takes weeks sometimes of repetition, training, making it a part of your life, this one sound. And then One day you will do it in a conversation and you'll think, wow, I did that without thinking. And that's how it works. Muscle memory. So if you do need help with improving your pronunciation, if you really want to sound clearer and be understood by people, I would absolutely love to help you. You're welcome to join my course, which is in the description box below, etjenglish.com. And if you did like this kind of video, this question and answer style video of Ask ETJ, then please give me a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it and I can create more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I guess that's it. I will see you next time. Cheers, guys. Bye.